and or speaking. And I gotta tell you, some of the best questions ever came in. So I decided that instead of answering the questions in our private Powerhouse Speakers events, that I would take some of my favorite questions and right here on the Lisa Nichols Show, that I would open it up for even more people to have access to some of this juicy, delicious information that, by the way, I wish I would have had 15 years ago. So today we're answering Anika's question. Anika, this was a juicy question. Anika asked, what is an effective strategy to validate a new program? Great question. So many people are coming out with great content, great programs, whether it's makeup, whether it's hair, whether it's iPhone management, whether it's entrepreneurship, whether it's personal development, whether it's raising children. I know someone who's teaching on how to potty train, right? Great content. And here's what you have to know, that when you stop getting paid just for what you do and you begin getting paid for what you know, whoa, that's when you scale, and grow. So back to Anika's question. What's an effective strategy to validate a new program? So let's talk about some steps here. So number one, now all of this leads to validating a new program. Though some of my answers may seem like they're far from new program, they all lead to a successful new program. Number one, first, validate yourself as an authority in that particular industry. Whatever that industry is, again, makeup, hair, technology, photography, whatever the industry is, you need to validate yourself as a credible source of information. How do you do that? That's where you post consistent information about that topic. Let me dare say for a moment that social media is not just social. Matter of fact, for a business owner, social media should be less social. It doesn't mean you don't have a social strategy. Social media is brand building media. Social media is renamed revenue generating media. Social media should be renamed credibility building media. So you want to use your social media platform to build your credibility. You want to become the authority, unofficial or official, authority over that information. When I think of that information that I want, do you come up? If not, how do you make that happen? So that's number one, is validate yourself as the authority or just as a provider, service provider of that content, that particular content. So if my girlfriend's saying, Lisa, I really got to figure out how to put this outfit together. Then I say, oh, go to such and such a site, go to their page because they really talk about putting outfits together. You want to be the person that's referred. Number two, when it comes to validating your new program, you want to talk about you have something coming. Build the anticipation, but don't build the anticipation on here's what my program does. Number two is tell me the results that your program provide. Speak with the end in mind. Don't talk about the program. Talk about the results of the program. So one, validate you as a service provider. Two, speak to the outcome of the program versus the process of the program. And three, show me evidence. Who else has gone through the program, even before it may have been formed? Lisa, it's a new program. It's never been formed. Okay, who else have you shown that technique to and it worked? Who else went through a similar process with you and it worked? Can you give me evidence? If evidence stands up in the court of law, then evidence can stand up for your new program. So number one, validate yourself with consistent content providing. Number two, speak to the outcome of the program. How is my life different because I know what I now know from you? And three, show me evidence. Who else has won with this content? All of those things help to validate your new program. So here's what I know for sure. You don't know until you know. You just don't know until you know. And what I often find is that when someone becomes an entrepreneur, they hold themselves responsible for knowing everything possible about this business. And the reality is you really know your technique. Like I know speaking. I know speaking like I know speaking, but I didn't necessarily know how to market. I didn't know how to run a social media strategy. You don't know until you know. You can ask your audience whatever they want, whatever they need. But until you actually become customers yourself, you don't really have the hard proof that your idea is actually working or that it will sell. So you want to make sure that you validate your idea by promoting it and allowing people to give you feedback for it as well. Get feedback when you're doing lives. Get feedback from video. Get feedback on main stages. Get feedback on social media. Get feedback by creating a wait list and allowing people to say, I want it before you actually sell it to them. Get feedback, because feedback will push you forward. I've had clients in the past that have told me, Lisa, I'm afraid to spend all this time building out this program and no one will buy it. I got to tell you this, and I knock on wood here, knock on wood, that 99% of our programs are a wild success. Like, even my worst launch program is going to make me a few $100,000. Why? Because I never create a program on my own by myself. I'm smart enough to go and ask my consumer, what is it that you want to learn right now? Where are you stuck right now? What's bothering you right now? What problem can I help you solve right now? Like, that's one of my favorite ways to create a new program, is ask the question. As a matter of fact, what I do, this is some secret sauce, you might try doing this, is I launch every new program live first. Now, time is the one commodity that I can't get enough of these days, but I'm smart enough to know that if I launch it live and I get real feedback and I get real engagement before I produce a program, then I got feedback, I got information from how I like to do it, I got some great questions. I create an outline and I lay the track out, but I deliver it live because it allows me to shape the curriculum based on what my clients need, based on what feedback they give me. And it makes it less of a heavy lift for me or my team when we get ready to shape it into an actual program. So program development is in stages. You have an idea, create a layout. But from the very beginning, answer the question, what problem does this program solve for my client? Or what desire does this program help my client have? And then from this outline of the program that you want to produce and maybe do videos on and do a workbook around, first do it live. And guess what? I'm going to boldly say, do it live for free. Ooh, best price in town, free 99. And let me tell you why. Because more people will come. When I'm choosing to make a financial exchange for your content, I got to think a little longer. But free? I got to give you an hour? Okay. And so do it for free. Don't worry about that. You can do the same program for fee later. You have more structure around it. You don't worry. You won't galvanize your market by doing it for free and then doing it for fee. You can even tell them, I'm going to launch this program and it is going to cost. However, right now, I'm simply running through it to make sure I love it, to make sure it's exactly what you need. And if you want to get in now and go through the program with me, great. We have millions and millions and billions of people on this planet. You will not run out of people to serve. So that's my input, Anika. I hope that gives you value. And if that gave you value, please let me know. Remember, this show is not just a monologue. I have no intention on just talking to you. This community right here, it's a dialogue. I love hearing from you. So please leave me a comment below. What was a big aha for you by watching this particular session? Are you about to do a program? Does it make you feel like you can do a program? Have you done a program and you didn't do the pre-launch live first and you're like, oh, okay, BOL, breakthrough out loud, Lisa. That's how I do it. Yeah, relaunch it again. It's okay. Listen, I've launched the same program like 4 times because I kept learning information. What value did you get? Please leave me a comment. Because remember, this is your home. And we here, we're your tribe. We want to hear from you. And I'm always your sister in prosperity and in possibility. And each and every time that I say, I believe in you and that I love you, it's not for lack of words. It's because I do. I can't wait to see you back here for the next Lisa Nichols Show. See you soon.